Hey, welcome to Soul Whispers Tarot. I'm here again with another pick a card reading. Today's reading is what is his or hers true feelings for you at this time. So we're doing today's reading slightly differently in terms of I have 4 sets of goodie bags. So in each goodie bag I have some tarot cards, some messages from the Divine Masculine cards, and also some handwritten cards. So we're going to really look into their feelings for you and what they want to happen and all things like that. So set of cards number 1 is the green bag and green crystal. Set of cards number 2 is the pink bag and pink crystal. Set of cards number 3 is the black bag and the black crystal. And set of cards number 4 is the blue bag and the blue crystal. So I'll give you a few moments to tune into the energies of the cards to see which goodie bag resonates with you the most. So you can pause the video right now, but I'll also leave a few quiet moments as well. Okay, so let's get into the reading. So this is set of cards number 1, and you've chosen the green goodie bag and the green crystal. So how does this person truly feel about you at this time? So you have the Connolly Tarot, the King of Cups in reverse, the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Swords in reverse, the Chariot, and the Queen of Pentacles. From the messages from the Divine Masculine cards, you have, I want to do things right. I want you now. I trust you. I'm stuck. And I'm sick of the old paradigms. So from these handwritten cards, we have, you're an angel. I'm frustrated. I feel out of control. And I pray that we can heal this. And I've got a few more of the handwritten cards as well, which I'll look into a little bit later actually. Okay, so how does this person truly feel about you at this time? So they're feeling emotionally all over the place. I feel as though they're overwhelmed by their emotions. They're overwhelmed by the intensity of your connection. They're overwhelmed by the intensity of love that they feel. They feel like it's heaven on earth, connecting with you in this lifetime. But they're feeling overwhelmed with how imbalanced they feel. Like this is a roller coaster of emotions to them, because the more love they feel for you, it's like the more fear that's coming up within this person. The more love that they feel, the more they're experiencing a heart awakening. So that means everything that's blocking the heart from opening up more in order to align with their true soul identity, in order to receive and give more love, you know, all of the blocks standing in the way of that have been bottled up inside of them are coming up to the surface to be released. So this person is being extremely triggered and they're feeling all over the place, and it makes them feel out of control. And I feel this is where these control issues are coming in with this person, because they're scared to feel this out of control emotionally. They're scared of feeling dictated so much by their emotions. And so they're trying to find balance. They're trying to ground themselves. And this may be coming across in your connection as them being cold or ghosting you, or, you know, watching you, spying on you from afar, but then trying to hide their feelings. But you know that they feel this deep love for you. You know that your connection is mutual. Like deep down, you need to trust that because it is true. But on the surface, this person, it just appears to be like cold-hearted, but it's because they're feeling as though it's a weakness as well. You know, if they were to show you their feelings and just how all over the place they are feeling, they have fears also that they could be really hurt by you and this connection because they feel so much. I feel like secretly they've become dependent upon your love. So codependency. But again, they see that as a weakness, or they're worried that that's going to turn you off if they show that they're too interested. Or this may be someone that in the past they have chased a few people and it didn't end up well. You know, many of us watching this have also experienced that, where we've chased people in the past and that hasn't worked out. It's made us feel humiliated, or, you know, we didn't have much dignity. So I feel like this person has also done that in their younger years, and they felt really like humiliated by rejection when they wore their heart on their sleeve so much. So this person, that experience has left a scar within them, and the last thing they want is to feel foolish in your eyes or humiliate themselves. So ironically, that is partly why they're holding back their emotions. But, you know, that is partially what's blocking this connection from developing further at this time. But they have such deep feelings for you, such deep love. The Knight of Wands. They feel a lot of passion for you. They do want to race in. They want to race towards you. Whenever I see a white horse, to me, that is a sign that this person is on the path of their highest good. There's a pyramid here. So to me, that's about awakening, seeing things more clearly. They do know that you're very significant to them, but it's like they just don't know how to move forward. But they want to. I feel like you're on their mind all the time. And they are praying that you can both heal this connection, because someone's felt betrayed here. It could be you. It is a female in the picture. You know, whether you're male or female watching this, you could have felt betrayed by this person, or this person is worried that if they don't come forward, then you're going to feel really hurt and betrayed. But then they're worried about coming forward because they have been suffering with trust issues. It says, I trust you here. But I feel like in the past they had trust issues, like they didn't trust their own worth, or they didn't trust your love for them. Maybe they felt that you were projecting some sort of fantasy on them, and they felt like they would never be able to live up to that. And they were worried that they'd disappoint you and you'd be disappointed in them and reject them. So the Ten of Swords in reverse can also be like internally they're worried about being stabbed in the back. They're worried about an ending of your connection because they're feeling as though they wouldn't be able to survive emotionally if your connection fell apart. So perhaps in a sense they feel there has been a time where they felt more comfortable in you playing the role of like the chaser, because then they had that reassurance that you were always still there for them, and that could give them more time to build up the courage or the understanding that they needed, the clarity that they needed to be able to move forward. but they have been stuck for a long time. And so when you were waiting around for them, or maybe you were chasing them in the past, in a sense, I feel like this kind of enabled them to just remain stuck, remain in their comfort zone, remain in their confusion. But they have wanted to move forward. They have wanted to do things right. They want to do things right now, is what I'm feeling. Because interestingly, under the Knight of Wands, the card of passion, there is I want you now. And it's red, so it is like that fiery, passionate energy as well. They trust your feelings for them now, or they're beginning to trust them more. They're beginning to trust this connection more, but still they may feel as though they've kind of humiliated themselves, or they've made some bad decisions in the past that you haven't been happy about, and they're feeling bad and they're feeling guilty about that. And so they have these fears about coming forward in case you haven't forgiven them. But they do want to move forward. There's the Chariot and the Knight of Wands. These are cards of movement. They want to be more in control in terms of, and this could be they want to control how things proceed. Again, it's like a fear of being emotionally all over the place and feeling out of control. I feel as though this person has kind of become obsessed at times, and it's led to a lot of longing, and the longing has felt really painful. And then a fear, like they fear that they need you too much, and they felt a lot of frustration about not being with you. Because I don't feel like it's just this person's free will. I don't feel it's a case of they can just decide to be with you and then take action and then make it happen. Because I do feel it's an energetic dynamic going on behind the scenes. And so it's about the readiness of both parties in terms of, are you both in a place of self-love? Are you both aligned with that love vibration? Do you both have a healthy relationship with yourselves in order to have a healthy relationship with each other? I feel it's more about the energetic dynamics rather than this person just making a decision to go for it and then making it happen. So much more than that. In the past, this person may have made some attempts to make things work, but then, you know, it may have felt as though the universe was keeping you apart at that time. But really it was energetically, neither of you were fully in alignment for that reunion to be in a harmonious way in the past. And so this person has felt frustrated. They've wanted it to work out with you. They've wanted things to proceed forward, and they feel a lot of sexual frustration as well. But yeah, they're still wearing their armor somewhat. They want to be in the reins of control. So they may be trying to slow things down to the point of almost standstill, because there's I'm stuck underneath this. And this may be extremely frustrating for you as well. They see you as the Queen of Pentacles. They see you as very loving, very nurturing, kind and compassionate. And we have you're an angel. So they're really feeling as though you've been extremely compassionate and understanding and generous with your heart towards them. And they are very grateful for that and for you being in their life. And this is why they want to do things right. It's like you've inspired them to do the right things, and they want to do that. They want you now. They're feeling frustrated. They're starting to trust the connection more. So there is this movement forward. I do feel it is quite slow movement, because this I'm stuck energy, it's like this color is like mud, kind of stuck in the mud, or, you know, it's hard to move in that mud. I'm sick of the old paradigms. So the paradigms are old beliefs that have been holding them back, basically, or they're sick of the old dynamic They want a fresh start in your connection. I pray we can heal this. So what are the messages in here? Broken heart. So yeah, this person feels broken-hearted that you're not together. But they do fear that if you did get together, then they could be broken-hearted, you know? It's that catch-22 again. A fear of feeling broken-hearted because they're not with you. Feeling broken-hearted because they made some poor decisions based on fear. And then fears of being broken-hearted if they fully come forward to you and things don't work out or you reject them in some kind of way. In the palm of your hand. So yeah, this is really talking about your heart, is it? Their heart is in the palm of your hand. They feel like you could crush them at any moment. And it just feels completely scary for them to be that vulnerable, because you do have a strong connection, and therefore the pain would be so much deeper within such a strong connection if they were to feel rejected. You're my world. So you mean so, so much to them. And it's like deep down you know that, but they're struggling to really come forward and openly admit that. They may have hinted that to you in the past, or they may have told you that in the past, but because they've felt all over the place, it's been like a roller coaster. Maybe 1 minute they were coming forward, and then the next minute they were stuck because of fears. So it's been this up and down kind of energy. Heart on. So it's very interesting because we have the Knight of Wands, I want you now, sexual frustration. So this is basically saying getting turned on because of love. Heart on. So they're thinking about you a lot in that way as well. So one final message, and that is karma to settle. So yeah, I'm sick of the old paradigms. It's interesting I've picked that one out to go on top of that, because the old paradigms, the old beliefs, anything that's been blocking this person or you, or if you've got this dynamic going on where it's not fully healthy, but it's kind of enabling you both to stay in your comfort zones. They're tired of anything basically that's been holding you back or blocking you from fully coming together. So they're definitely wanting a reunion, a reconciliation. They're wanting to get your connection, your relationship off the ground, or deepening the commitment in some kind of way. So please check out my other readings. I have loads on here about how does this person really feel about you, what they really want you to know, but they struggle to show you or tell you what's going to happen in your connection, and all pick a card readings like that. So please look at my playlists. Also, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and tap the bell icon. Then turn on all notifications, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. If you would like a free additional reading every single week, which is exclusive to my email subscribers, then please sign up to those by clicking on the link below this video. So thank you so much, and I'll move on to the next set of cards. So you've chosen set of cards number 2, which is the pink goodie bag and the pink crystal. So how does this person truly feel about you at this time? Within the bag we have the tarot cards, the messages from the Divine Masculine cards, and some handwritten cards as well. So how does this person truly feel about you at this time? You have the Mermaid Tarot. There's the Queen of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles. The Four of Wands. The Five of Wands in reverse. The Star. From the messages from the Divine Masculine cards, you have, I love this path. I'm taking a chance. I follow my gut. I'm praying to God. And what does she think of me? So from the handwritten cards we have, the complications confused me. Crushed. I'm ready. And let's start over. And I have some other little handwritten messages that I'll look into at the end as well. Okay. So how does this person truly feel about you at this time? They feel deep love. The Queen of Cups, they see you as like this beautiful, divine feminine, but also they feel so much love and compassion towards you. They feel really uplifted. They feel this healing energy. They feel heaven on earth. In the traditional tarot, the Queen of Cups is the only cups card where there's a lid on the cup. So this person may have been keeping a lid on their emotions. They may have been holding their cards close to their chest. I'm sensing perhaps an aspect of shyness, or they feel very vulnerable. And so I'm getting an image of they've been opening the lid of the cup slightly, maybe revealing their emotions to you a little bit, but then kind of retreating back into their shell. It is kind of like they're in their shell, is what I'm sensing. But they feel deep emotions. The Queen of Cups, she's in the ocean, so the water represents those deep feelings that they have for you. She's also got butterfly wings in this deck, and so the butterfly is about transformation. They feel this deep heart awakening. So that does say to me that before they even met you, I feel like for a long time, before they ever knew you, they had like walls up around their heart. They had the lid on that cup. Someone that's always kind of hidden their feelings somewhat, or maybe in the past they had this energy of expressing their emotions or wearing their heart on their sleeve, because I am feeling a sense of innocence from this person, but maybe they got hurt, maybe they've experienced unrequited love, and so this has become a fear for them within your connection. I love this path. So they do feel that this is a path of heart awakening, or they feel a deep spiritual aspect of your connection. It brings them such deep meaning, and that's what they really love about it. They love this journey. I'm feeling they love a telepathic connection that you share. Knight of Pentacles, under that is I'm taking a chance. So I do feel this person, they have this slow kind of movement, but what they're doing is they're trying to plant the seeds. So if you're not fully together, or if there's some kind of dynamic going on, or there was in the past where you kind of were in communication, but it wasn't like a full-on relationship or a full commitment, if this person still had walls up, or if you both still had walls up, I do feel this person has been investing in the connection behind the scenes. You know, maybe you didn't fully realize it, but with this Knight of Pentacles, they've continued to plant the seeds and invest in this connection, but they're moving very, very slowly because they have wanted to ensure that there's stability within the connection. Like this person has very strong fears of being crushed, of things falling apart. And so they've tried to ensure that that won't happen. 4 is a number of stability, about creating a firm foundation to be built upon. And I feel like they have been investing in some kind of way to try and ensure your feelings for them are reciprocated. So this person, it's like they want to really, 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 really know that you definitely love them and things are definitely going to work out before they fully reveal their emotions to you. But I feel like this is one of the major blocks. Like it's been holding them back. It's been holding your connection back from moving forward because they've been overly cautious when it comes to taking a leap of faith. Like they haven't fully taken a leap of faith. They still have doubts. They still have massive fears that things aren't going to work out. So it's like they're trying to have this solid concrete reassurance where they definitely know 100% that they're not going to be rejected or it's not going to fall apart. They want to know that 100% before they come forward, but that's like an impossibility. Like that's not realistic. You know, if they're not coming forward, then things aren't progressing further, and therefore they cannot fully see how things are going to develop. So in a way, it doesn't make sense that they're trying to have 100% reassurance or concrete proof of your love for them and then it's going to work out. And so I feel like this person has been testing the waters. They may have tested to see how you feel. Are you still chasing them? Some of them may have played mind games. I don't feel like this person is a bad person, but it's more about they've learned really unhealthy dynamics when it comes to relationships. They may have learned through their own experiences or through other people to play some of these mind games perhaps, and it's because of their insecurities. But it's not fair on you if they're playing these games to try and test how you feel about them. And so they may have been kind of baiting you, is what I'm feeling. They may have been giving you promises for the future or something like that to make you get closer, to make you hold on more tightly. And that is kind of their way of getting you to become, it's almost like they want you to become dependent upon them, so that they can feel secure that you're not going to walk away, you're not going to leave them. So they have this deep down belief that they're not good enough, is what I'm feeling. What does she think of me? They're constantly worried about that. It may have led some of them to falsify information about themselves or wear a mask in some kind of way because they're so worried about what you think. They're so worried that you're going to reject them. So they may have tried to become someone that they're not. And they may have been playing out some kind of fantasy about how they wish they were in real life. But they've been putting on an act in certain ways. And all you've really wanted from them and all that you need from them is for them to be their true self. But they're struggling with their self-esteem, so they're hiding parts of themselves because it's like they're sure that their real self is going to disappoint you, but really it's just a reflection of how they see themselves. But I'm taking a chance. In their eyes, it's like they are taking a chance by continuing to invest in the connection. They may feel as though they have been putting themselves out there and revealing their emotions to you. But in your eyes, I feel like it's just not been enough. They've still had too many walls up. And we do have the complications confused me. So this person has been confused at times in this connection. Like there's been a lot of obstacles, there's been a lot of things getting in the way of this connection, a lot of fears coming up, which create doubts, and it's created so much complication. I'm seeing that with that 5 of Wands energy as well. It's like power struggles. Maybe this is kind of mirrored in your connection, like maybe both of you deep down have this fear of rejection, and so maybe you've been kind of communicating, but there's still like comfort zones going on, and this person's waiting for you to come out of your comfort zone, and you may be waiting for them. you may feel as though you have been coming out of your comfort zone and expressing your truth. Maybe you have more than this other person, but then if this other person reacted with fear, or if at times they ran away, or if they didn't respond to your messages, then that made you feel humiliated, or that has made you feel scared to open up to them because you don't want to continually feel rejected or ghosted. And so their reaction may have created a fear within you and made you put some walls up in response to that. And so there may be this comfort zone on both sides at this time. Fears of fully taking a chance. But they want this stability. They want this relationship. 4 is the number of stability and a firm foundation. They want to bridge the gap between you both and come together, because she's a mermaid, he's a human. But so there's difficulties or there's differences, but this person wants to merge together. They want this union. He's proposing to her here. This person wants to take your commitment further. They really do want to express their emotions. Whenever I see the 4 of Wands, to me it's also like a gateway. And there's always people in the background cheering these people on. So I often see that as your soul family, like trying to help you both to develop this connection further, guiding you both forward in this relationship. And the doorway, the gateway, they want you to walk through this new beginning together, because it's like part of like the soul lesson to overcome these fears and blocks. So I follow my gut. So this person is following their intuition a lot more. There may have been struggles with that 5 of Wands between head and heart in the past, but it is in reverse. So the power struggles are falling away. They're praying to God that you can have this new beginning, or that they can overcome these power struggles. They're praying to God that you're going to be open and receptive to them. There may have been like misunderstandings or conflicts in the past, but overall this is like a power struggle on both sides. Like you may have felt humiliated by this person if they like ghosted you or didn't reply to your messages, and so it's got your guard up, and you may be like filtering what you're saying or filtering the emotions that you're showing them, and then they've been doing the same, and it's like that power struggle. No one wants to, well, both of you want to feel like you have the upper hand in some kind of way. You don't want to feel vulnerable. Star, they're praying to God for healing of this connection. Again, they see you as this beautiful, divine feminine, and they're worried about what you think of them. But yeah, they want healing. And this is also about following that star, following intuition forward. So they're seeing much more clearly beyond the complications that confused them in the past. They are afraid of being crushed, and you may have that fear as well. They're feeling ready to start over, to create a new beginning with you. So let's look into these messages in here. Spying. So this person's been spying on you in some kind of way. It could be through social media or in whatever way resonates. They're trying to see what's going on in your life. They're trying to look at photos to feel close to you. Very much thinking about you all the time. Shaking, sweating, stuttering. So yeah, like I said, I feel like this person, it could be an element of shyness that's been holding them back. They could have literally been shaking and sweating and stuttering in your presence. This may have made them feel a bit embarrassed. They may have felt like it's not very manly or it's not very courageous. You know, they may have felt like a bit of a dork or something if they were overly nervous in your presence. And I feel that those memories, that embarrassment kind of haunts them. So in the moment, it's like they clam up or they just freeze, like in fear. You know, they don't want to feel like you have the upper hand over them if you see how nervous they are in your presence, because they're worrying so much about what you think of them and they're very self-conscious. So that is a major aspect. Like, you know how that feels, like when you just feel so nervous, it makes you freeze in the moment. And then you may have an opportunity to speak to someone, but you're so scared and self-conscious that you don't, and then you miss the opportunity, and like you're really kicking yourself and you're regretting it, and you wish you just had the confidence in that moment to do something about it or say something about your emotions. And then it's all, you know, it gets really uncomfortable and awkward, and it doesn't flow easily. This is the kind of energy I'm feeling. They clam up even though they don't want to. It's because they feel such deep emotions for you that they just freeze in that moment. It's like a fight or flight or freeze, you know, and they freeze in the moment, and then at other times I feel like they're running away, chasing. So yeah, this is what I was talking about as well. They have felt safer with you chasing them in the past. Like it gave them so much reassurance. And again, I don't feel like they're a bad person. It's just this person has needed so much reassurance to the point where you can't reassure them enough. They need to heal those doubts within themselves, because it's like there's nothing you can do or say that's going to reassure them to the point where they need to be reassured. They have to do that for themselves and just take that leap of faith. I'm sorry. So they have regrets about not taking a leap of faith. They have regrets if they ghosted you or ignored your messages, or basically if they clammed up and just became really awkward and therefore kind of ran away from the awkwardness that they felt. One final message. Fear of intimacy. So yeah, this is a fear of getting close. This is a fear of being open and vulnerable. They feel like you could have so much power over them that it scares them, because, you know, they feel like they could be crushed at any moment. They don't want to feel out of control in terms of you knowing how much control you could have over them. They feel kind of humiliated by that. It's almost like they feel such a strong magnetic attraction to you that they could be completely sucked in by you, completely overwhelmed and controlled by their emotions. Logic could completely fall out of the window, but that's like their biggest fear, of being that out of control, of coming across, or being that desperate or that needy or that codependent. And so they're, you know, they're really trying to hide that. They're trying to act cool and calm and collected. But you see right through that, and they know that you see right through that, and so it makes them feel embarrassed. It's almost like they can't look you in the eye. So please check out my other readings. I have loads on here about how does this person really feel about you? What's blocking them from coming forward? Will they reach out? Will you be together? So please look at my playlists. And those readings, I feel, will really help you get deeper insights into what's going on. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and tap the bell icon and turn on all notifications, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. If you would like additional readings every single week, which are exclusive to my email subscribers, then please sign up to those by clicking on the link below this video. So thank you so much, and I'll move on to the next set of cards. So welcome to set of cards number 3. You've chosen the black goodie bag and the black crystal. So how does this person truly feel about you? In the goodie bag, we have a set of tarot cards, some messages from the Divine Masculine cards, and some handwritten cards as well. So how does this person truly feel about you at this time? So you have the Mystic Monday Tarot. We have some more of these messages in here, which I'll look into after we've looked at the cards. So Mystic Monday Tarot, you have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Swords in reverse, the King of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Magician. Okay, so I'm realizing these should all be the other way around because I've taken the cards out in the reverse way. Okay, so Five of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, King of Wands, Eight of Swords, the Magician in reverse. So from the messages from the Divine Masculine cards, you have, I feel insecure. I'm reprioritizing. Fuck what they think. Help me. And you are my rock. We have please don't leave me. My dreams are shattered. Please fight for us. And choose me. Wow, and then I'll look into these other messages after we've looked at these cards. So how does this person feel about you at this time? I'm feeling an element of like desperation, an element of panic. There's help me, please fight for us, choose me, my dreams are shattered, don't leave me. So, you know, they want you to come back together. They want a second chance. And they're really, really panicking that you're angry at them is what I'm feeling, because there is this Five of Pentacles. You may have walked away from them. You may have left them in the dust, left them in your past. Queen of Swords, you know, you weren't taking any bull crap from them anymore. You may have spoken your truth to them. You may have said some honest words, which was very difficult for them to swallow, but you were just speaking your truth. You may have got frustrated or angry at this person because they weren't fully stepping forward. And I feel like this person is panicking that they've lost you. I feel like you may have been saying to this person that they would left you out in the cold, that they've hurt you, that they weren't stepping up. You got tired of this person's insecurities. It's like they weren't taking a leap of faith. They were focusing on being pessimistic rather than being proactive and taking action. I feel like you may have said to this person that they needed to be more like the King of Wands and take action and follow through with their promises, deliver on the things that they said that they were going to do. But they felt insecure. We have fuck what they think. You know, this person has had a tendency to really, really worry about what you think of them, what other people think of them. They may have fears about looking like a fool if they, you know, go towards you and try and make things work, and then it doesn't work out, and then everyone hears about it or everyone knows about it. Or for some of you, there may have been jealousy like surrounding your connection. There may have, the third party situation may have been other people being nosy, trying to stick their nose into your connection, other people being jealous, trying to interfere, trying to prevent your connection. There may have been gossip like spread about your connection, or nasty things spread about you, or their friends or family or someone in their social circle, someone that's been around them has disapproved of you, disapproved of your connection. I feel like people have tried to confuse this person in the past, tried to put you down or make you look bad in their eyes. This person has felt some kind of social pressure to leave you behind, some kind of social pressure to see you in a bad light. And I feel like they have allowed this kind of gossip or haters towards you. They've allowed these people to influence them in the past. And I feel like for some of you, you've realized this and it's really hurt you. People have tried to make you an outsider, and it was based on other people's jealousy. But these were the people surrounding this person, and so they kind of felt stuck. They may have tried to forget about you at one point and put a blindfold on, trying to bury their head in the sand, trying to pretend to themselves that they don't have these feelings for you, because basically whatever the scenario is, this person's going to have to face some kind of drama, some kind of conflict if they come towards you. And they feel as though they're going to have to face the music when it comes to you as well, because you know what's been going on. You know they've chosen fear over love. You know they've prioritized what people think of them over them following their truth, and you're not happy about it. Understandably, you felt as though this person betrayed you because they didn't have your back. They were more worried about what narcissistic, karmic people thought of them, and they let that overwhelm them. They were not taking action. They were letting fear dictate their actions rather than following their heart, following their truth. And I feel like some of you have felt really, really hurt by this, because you feel as though you were the only one that's truly been there for them. You're the only one that's been true to them, or a true friend. You're the one that's been kind, compassionate, understanding, and then you see that this person's surrounded by narcissistic people that are using and abusing this person, or there's a toxic relationship or a toxic situation with your person and these other people, and you feel like they've continued to choose the toxic karmic people over you when you were the one that was truly there for them. And so many of you felt backstabbed by this person. For a long time, I feel like some of you believed that you weren't good enough. This situation or this person made you feel unworthy because of what was going on. But now there's a sense that you realize your worth. You realize you deserve better. You feel like this person's taken you for granted. For some of you, there has been this tower moment, because you basically realised your worth. You deserve so much more than this. And now that you've walked away, they're really panicking. They're like, please don't leave me. Help me. You know, this is someone that's definitely given away their power to other people because they are worried about what people think. But now they have fuck what they think. You know, they realise that they need to overcome this fear in order to step up and be that King of Wands and fight for your connection. Help me, you know, you are my rock. It's like they've been overly dependent upon you to be the one to comfort them or be there for them or be the one that takes action. But, you know, they need to step up now. They need to invest equally in this connection. They need to put the work in now. Whereas I feel like they were kind of using you as a crutch in their life. They saw you as the rock. They saw you as the strong one. And they may, in a way, have attempted to become your equal in terms of giving equally, having equal confidence. But then, on the other hand, they were staying in the comfort zone. They were burying their head in the sand. The Magician in reverse, they may have been wearing masks, because the Magician in reverse is about smoke and mirrors. They may have been giving you some false promises in terms of saying, in the future we'll be together, or I'm working on us being together, I'm reprioritizing. And in a way, they may have been putting a little bit of effort in to work towards your future, but for the most part, like 70 or 80% of them were still procrastinating, was still not doing the work, was hoping you would just continue to be there for them so they could be enabled to stay in their comfort zone. So they were still very much allowing their fear to overcome them. So help me, this is someone that they're telling themselves that they're powerless, or they have no strength to help themselves. So very much a codependent kind of situation, and they're feeling like they don't have the power to manifest what they want with this Magician. They're letting other people control them. The Magician is manipulative behavior, so they're allowing other people to manipulate them. And it's all because they feel insecure. It's because they don't feel like they're good enough in their life in general. They've always felt like an outsider. So I feel like they've tried to play these different roles to fit in with different crowds, and all the time they've just not been their true self. They need to find that self-love within rather than searching for that validation outside of themselves, especially from toxic people. But this person has suffered like childhood wounds and about abandonment, rejection, and all things like that. And so they've subconsciously tried to get toxic people, emotionally unavailable people, abusive people, anyone that's kind of represents their family dynamic when they were younger. They're trying to resolve that inner child wound by, getting these other unavailable people to validate them, love them, accept them. And that's like the inner child's way of trying to resolve that inner child wound. But it's not going to work out that way, because this person has a belief that they're not good enough, and therefore they're attracting situations and people that are just reaffirming that to them, because they're toxic and they're not going to love them genuinely. And you feel hurt because you love them genuinely, but they cannot fully align with you at this time because they're not in a place of self-love, and therefore they cannot have a healthy relationship with you because they don't have a healthy relationship with themselves. And so that's why energetically they're still tied to these karmic situations where it's painful and it's not about love at all, because it's a reflection of them not loving themselves. And so many of you had to walk away because you realize that this person just has to help themselves. They want you to help them. They want you to continue to be their rock that they can lean on. But a separation in many cases has had to happen so that you give this person time and space. So they need to, be responsible for themselves, be responsible for their own lives, be true to themselves or not. You'll live giving them space to make this decision. They can either choose love or they can choose fear. But the fear is ultimately going to create more pain for them. They may have this belief that, if they step into their power, if they're their true self, then they're going to experience a lot of conflict, a lot of pain, and feel very insecure in all that upheaval. And they will momentarily experience all that. But the key aspect is that will only be momentary. Whereas if they disempower themselves, if they give away their power, if they stay in their comfort zone, if they stay hidden in the shadows, if they stay being controlled by their fears and other people's thoughts of them, opinions of them, then that is like a slow death. It's like staying in the pain, which may not be as severe as if they step into their power and create that upheaval and they shake things up. Yeah, that would be short, sharp pain. But them staying in the comfort zone is like dragging out this pain. It's like a dull pain that's a heavy burden on their shoulders, like really, really burning them out. So yeah, they feel incredibly insecure. I'm reprioritizing. Interestingly, this is under the Queen of Swords. So you may have been reprioritizing, and saying, actually, I'm not going to wait around for you anymore. I'm going to do what I need to do for myself. You're saying I need to live my life. You can do what you want. You're like, take it or leave it. It's up to you. But I'm doing my own thing now. And this person's like, I need to step into my power. Fuck what these other people think. And they may have been saying to you when you were leaving them, like, don't leave me. And they were giving you promises that they were going to make things work and step into their power. But then, they're still in that 8 of Swords. They're still believing they're stuck and powerless and saying, help me. But yeah, they're really afraid of you leaving them. They feel like their dreams are shattered. But that's the problem. It's like they kept daydreaming about it, but they weren't taking action. They weren't making it real. They weren't grounding your relationship. It's almost like they were partly daydreaming and kind of living your relationship through their fantasies as a form of escapism as well, because they have felt really stuck in their karma. Please fight for us. They feel like you are fighting for the connection. You are fighting for this commitment, and they want you to come back and keep fighting for the connection. But in truth, it needs to be them that's fighting for it now. They need to fight for their freedom. They need to fight to step back into their personal empowerment. They need to do the work now. They need to step up. And they're saying, choose me. So they're worried that you're going to choose someone else or choose a different path, or you may be with someone else. And they want you to choose them again. But again, it's like they need to be the one that chooses you. They need to choose this connection. They need to choose love over fear. So I feel like this person, they don't have like a realistic grasp upon this dynamic and what they need to do, because they are that 8 of Swords. They can't see clearly. They're burying their head in the sand. Their fears are clouding their judgment. So let's look into these messages here. The longing is too painful. So they're really, really longing for you. In the past, they were obsessing about you. They were longing for you so much. I feel like there was codependency. It's like they wanted to be with you so much, and yet they weren't willing to step out of their comfort zone. They weren't willing to fully take a leap of faith and do the work, step up, do what it takes to fight for the connection, fight for their freedom, fight for love. And so I feel like they ran away, like they didn't feel strong enough. They believed themselves to be trapped, and so they may have tried to convince themselves that they could love someone else just as much as you, or something like that. Often when we really, really want something, but then we have this belief that we can't have it, or it's not going to happen, or we're not going to be successful, we can kind of start talking ourselves out of wanting that thing. We can try and convince ourselves, oh, I don't want that anymore, or I don't really want that anyway. And that's what it's like, our subconscious way of trying to soften the blow, or convince ourselves that we're not going to feel pain about not having that thing or that person. And so I feel this may have been what's happened for some of you with this person. They may have chosen someone else. They may have chosen another partner, a karmic partner, because they felt really so much heartbreak that they weren't with you, and that they felt like they didn't have the confidence to do what it takes, and therefore they may have chosen someone else to try and soften the blow of not being with you, or just trying to pretend to themselves that they could be just as happy with someone else, so that they didn't have to admit to themselves that they'd lost out on this amazing connection with you, because that just felt too painful for them to admit that truth to themselves. We belong together. So yeah, they feel like you are the one for them. They see you as their soulmate or their twin flame. And it just seems ironic that they do really believe that you are meant to be together, but it's like, I feel like there was a lot of enabling going on. There was an unhealthy dynamic between you and this person, codependency, and there was like a situationship where there was you had this connection, but then it was from behind the comfort zones or from behind walls. There was some blocks in the way, and in the past it was like neither of you wanted to lose each other, and so you were just kind of accepting those blocks or accepting that the other person was in the comfort zone, but it wasn't really fulfilling your needs. And there was a lot of procrastination and things going in circles, a lot of enabling, and you had to reprioritize. You had to do what was right for you. You had to finally honor your own needs and walk away from that unhealthy dynamic. Healing. So this connection is healing. Interestingly, this is on top of that King of Wands and the fuck what they think. So they are healing slowly but surely this tendency to give away their personal power and worry about what people think of them. They're healing that. They are coming into their personal power. But I do feel it is quite slowly. Envious of everyone around you. So there's choose me alongside that. So they're envious if you're with someone else in another relationship, or they're envious if you're surrounded by other friends, or they're envious of your family. They may even be envious of if you have children, They want to be the one that's next to you. They want to be the one that spends their days with you, by your side. And it's like, okay, so you need to take action on that. This person needs to step up into their power rather than just feeling powerless. Running, they're running away. They're running away from their own pain. They're trying to bury their head in the sand. And interestingly, I just saw this book here, and this is like the energy of the Eight of Swords as well. They feel like they're bound, but it's an illusion because the sword is right near them, just like the swords are right near this person here who's bound. They could easily cut themselves loose, but it's all about their mind and perception. They don't believe they're strong enough. They may be conditioned to believe themselves to be weak in some kind of way. And so this person has deep, deep feelings for you, deep codependency upon you, but they're struggling at this time to free themselves. So please check out my other videos on here. I have Will You Be Together readings on how they truly feel about you. Will they make a move on you? And all readings like that. So please check those out, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and tap the bell icon and turn on all notifications, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. Also, if you would like to receive an additional reading every single week, which is exclusive to my email subscribers, then please sign up to those by clicking on the link below this video. So thank you so much, and then I'm going to move on to the final set of cards. So this is set of cards number 4, and you've chosen the blue goodie bag and the blue crystal. So how does this person truly feel about you at this time? So in this goodie bag, we have a set of the tarot cards, we have the messages from the divine masculine cards, and we have some handwritten cards as well. So how does this person truly feel about you at this time? So I'll leave these messages in here. We'll look at these after we've looked at the cards. How they feel about you at this time. Longing. That's one of those messages. The Queen of Swords. The Six of Swords, the High Priestess in reverse, the Four of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. There's separation here as well. Interesting. How do they feel about you? Give me some space right now. I'm saying goodbye. Okay. I'm scared of losing you. I want out. I'm doing it for us. And we have, I love you. Surrender. You're always on my mind. And I'm confused. So this person is really scared of losing you. It's really interesting. So we start off with the Queen of Swords. So this could be your energy, because according to my analytics, 93% of my viewers are female. So for the majority of people, it's going to be females watching this. So I feel like this Queen of Swords can be your energy, but you know, you could be a man with this Queen of Swords energy as well. The Analyst. So I feel like you analyzed this situation, this connection, because I feel like you've taken space from this connection, because we have give me some space right now underneath your energy. And so I feel like you've taken a step back because there's been difficulties in this connection. I feel like this person has been blocking their intuition. They may have literally blocked you or ghosted you, or they're just not coming forward about their emotions. They may have made you feel left out in the cold in the past, or there was just difficulties in the connection, like they weren't fully committing, they weren't fully there for you, they weren't fully taking action or taking a leap of faith. And so I feel like they're worried that you're moving away from them. There's this Passage card. So this is the card of moving on, moving away from this person. And you're feeling sadness about it. It's like you don't want to walk away, but you feel like you have to. You feel like it's for your highest good. You feel it's like it's for this other person's highest good. There may have been codependency in the past. Underneath that, there's I'm saying goodbye. This person's worried that you're ignoring your intuition, and they're worried you're being resistant now, and you're angry, and you're just following your thoughts, or you're following your anger, and you're saying goodbye to them. They're scared of losing you. There's the Four of Swords, which says privacy. So you're needing this time and space right now to heal yourself. Take some time to continue analysing this connection and being like you're trying to make a final decision whether you should move on or keep kind of holding on to the connection. But there's I want out. So the Five of Pentacles, it's called anxiety. They feel left out in the cold by you. And it's, I'm doing it for us. So someone, you know, this could be the other way around. It could be the other person is walking away and they need space right now. They're moving forward. They don't want to move forward, but they're saying goodbye for now. They are scared of losing you for good, but they feel they may be feeling that moving forward is the best thing to do. If there has been codependency, if there has been a lot of hurt, if things keep going in circles and you both keep getting hurt, it could be this other person that's been walking away and they need this privacy right now. They need to lick their wounds. They need to heal themselves. They want out of this pain, of this difficulty, of this cycle. And so they may have left you in the cold, and this card is saying, I'm doing it for us. So it's like a cruel to be kind kind of energy the need to surrender, the need to let go of codependency, because it's that attachment that creates all the pain. Or it could be both of you are doing this. You may have felt like this person wasn't making the effort, or they walked away, and so now you're walking away. Or, it could be you are walking away, and so now they're having this understanding that they need to respect that and work on themselves and their healing. I love you. So there's definitely love, strong love between you both. Whoever is walking away, they feel it's for the best at this time. This could be literally just surrendering, which is what needs to happen. Sometimes we can try and control things so much that we do become so attached that it creates a lot of pain. We start conducting ourselves from a place of fear rather than from a place of faith. And that's when a lot of conflict and pain and triggering and the roller coaster of emotions happens. So this separation is happening so you both can have time to step back, rejuvenate your energies, maybe see things from a more heightened perspective, so more clarity, awakening and healing can occur, so you can both find balance and harmony within yourselves as individuals. So surrender. So it may feel as though this person turned their back on you, but it was a soul calling. It was a soul calling for them to surrender, to release this, to release trying to micromanage things, because that was creating a lot of pain for this person. But you're always on this person's mind and vice versa. And I'm confused. So there may have been so many complications or obstacles, or trying to force things to work, that things were becoming more and more messed up, that there was confusion. If you felt hurt by this person, then you may be confused why this has happened, or if this person really is your twin flame or your soulmate, or if they're not. This person's been feeling confused as well. So right now it's like you're both thinking about each other from afar. But they do need this space to heal themselves. And I feel this is also they're saying goodbye to the things that aren't serving them. This passage card, moving away from their blocks so they can move into a brighter future, into more inner peace and self-love within themselves. So this can translate into your connection in the future as well. I do feel they're panicking sometimes with the High Priestess in reverse. And I'm scared of losing you. It's like then, because this is called intuition. It's like at times they're not trusting their intuition that this is all happening for a good reason, and that makes them scared of losing you. I feel like they're in their man cave or their woman cave. They're trying to problem solve. They're trying to heal any wounds of rejection that they may have felt from you, and vice versa. And this Five of Pentacles, the card of being left out in the cold, is called anxiety. So you may have been mirroring this fear, or that it's unrequited love. Like this person worried that you were just in love with a projection or a fantasy that you'd projected onto them, and that you didn't really love the real them. You feared because they were holding back that it was unrequited love too, and they didn't love you as much as you loved them. So both of you have had these fears, this being scared of losing each other, the fear of rejection, and not trusting the intuition within both of you as well. I love you. It's like You both love each other. There was this need to surrender the codependency. You're always on each other's mind. You know, that's equal. It's reciprocated. You both felt confused. You were like, does this person love me or don't they? So let's look into these messages. So longing. You're both longing for each other. You're both missing each other. You're both wanting a reconciliation. You're both hoping that things can be resolved in some way, but right now it kind of feels right in a way for you both to be separate. Separation. Yeah. There's just a fear within one of you or both of you that the separation is going to be for good, but it's not, because I feel like there is unfinished business here. I feel like this is part of the journey. It's not the destination. Like the separation for many of you is not the destination. It's just the current needed path for independence, Spirit is saying. You may have been wearing masks with each other because of a fear of losing each other. So this is about self-esteem issues, not feeling good enough, being your true selves. You make me feel so alive. And it's because you're both reflections of your true selves. You've shared past lives with each other. You know each other in the other dimensions. I feel like your higher selves are already connected and always connected in the higher dimensions. You may feel a very strong telepathic bond. You feel each other's emotions. Even, you know, if you were to be at opposite ends of the world, you'd still feel each other's emotions as if they were right next to you. And the final message is disheartened. So someone may have walked away because they felt disheartened, like the longing became too painful, or the fear of separation became too painful. So someone walked away before they could feel rejected. So please check out my other readings. I have loads on here about how does this person really feel about you? What do they want to happen within your connection? Will they make a move? What is going to happen? Will you be together? All readings like that. So please check out my playlist and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and tap the bell icon and turn on all notifications, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. And also, if you would like a free reading every single week, which is exclusive to my email subscribers, then please sign up to those by clicking on the link below this video. So thank you so much and take care. Bye.